Welcome to the channel. I'm Tony the Technician, and today we're going to be going into another episode of the GR86 project car. I don't know what episode this is, but yeah, we're moving right along. We've done lighting, small accessories, shift knob, shift boot, radar detector, engine bay accessories. We're going to be doing the exhaust here soon, but today we're going to be focusing on the side markers, the front side markers, as well as the cold air intake. Cold air intakes, not really going to get into it. Not much performance as far as intakes. Whether you get a tune or not, you're not going to see a huge gain in power. That's not why I got a cold air intake. I like the induction noise, honestly. That's what I like. I went with the Perrin cold air intake. It's one of the only ones where it actually moves the filter outside of the engine bay, which I do like. The dumb side of it is the fact that in order to change the filter, clean the filter, you have to remove the front bumper. But honestly, I'll probably do that twice a year anyways, removing the bumper to make changes and install the oil cooler, things like that. It takes like 10 minutes to remove these front bumpers, so it's really not that big of a deal. I do think it's dumb that you have to do that, but I don't like a lot of the other intakes. But I definitely don't want the factory one. It takes up a bunch of space. This one is going to save me a bunch of space in the engine bay, kind of clean it up. It's a simple, clean look. You get some good induction noise. You do see some performance gains. Are you going to feel it? No, you're not. You're going to hear it. It's going to sound a little bit better on the induction side, so that's pretty cool. But honestly, you just don't see a bunch of gains off of cold air intakes. So we're going to be installing that, as well as those side markers, and I really hope you guys enjoy. If you guys do, please make sure to smash that thumbs up. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns about any of these products that I'm installing, please feel free to drop a comment down below. I'll do my best to answer it for you guys. I will have these products linked down in the description for you guys, and if you guys haven't subscribed, make sure to subscribe. Let's go ahead and get into this. Take a quick look at what we're going to be installing today. This is the Molded Innovations LED side markers. I went with the smoked, which I think will look really good. And then as far as the intake, I went with the black. I want red accents on the vehicle, but I figured with the intake, doing the red was just going to be a little too much. So I went with the black. This is just the rubber intake hose that will replace the rubber section of the stock. And then this will kind of pass over where the stock airbox is. It's that black crinkle. And then we got the super oiled filter, which I've seen plenty of videos to know that thing is soaking wet. But yeah, shouldn't be too bad. I'm gonna start by getting the bumper off. Just got the hood popped, so still dealing with this dumb prop rod. But before we go removing any of this, I believe this is just 10 mil and some clips. We're gonna start with the fender liners. Probably disconnect the side markers. I'm not going to install the new ones yet until we go to put the bumper back on. So over here, you're just going to have a few clips that you had to remove. You can either use a panel popper tool or just a flathead screwdriver. So I'm going to go ahead and get those off real quick, and we'll move on to either the clips underneath the car or the ones up here. Okay, so I just removed the 3 clips here, and then I unplugged the connector here, which you can just push and pull out. There's the 10 mil on the back side that you had to get to. And then once you get the 10 mil out, the top of the light, you'll have to go in up here, push down on this tab, push up on the bottom one, and then it'll slide out. So we just have these out now. If you want, you can just disconnect it, and you could leave it in the bumper if you wanted to, I suppose. But I'm replacing mine, so I just went ahead and removed it now. I'm going to go ahead and do the other side as well. So we got the other side out, 3 clips up top, the one down here in the corner. Then just remove the 10 mil right here. And there are the 4 clips, and remove the side marker. Honestly, this side took me a minute, maybe 2 minutes. And I've never done this before, so it's not very difficult. Now we can go ahead. I think I'm going to go ahead and start working on the bottom fasteners, which I believe are just a bunch of clips, which are really easy to remove. And so there's just a bunch along here that I'm going to go ahead and remove and set in a separate pile. Got all of the clips underneath. Probably took me like 3 to 5 minutes. I have 13. That should be all of it. It seems to move pretty easily down there now. I think I got all of them. So now it should just be these 10 mils and possibly this clip and this clip. And then we'll have to go ahead and separate the fender from the bumper. So we're probably going to start by removing this clamp here, because there's no sense in removing it here, because then I'd just have to reinstall it. And then we'll remove the two clamps here. Should be an 8 mil and a 10 mil, and then the MAF sensor we'll remove as well. We'll get this intake hose out of here, and then we'll get to removing the actual box and the snorkel portion of it. Probably just going to leave this in here for now, just so it doesn't get damaged sitting around on the floor. So I'll go ahead and start working on here. It should be a couple of 10 mils. So we got the one out here and here. Now there is going to be this guy right here. Brand new air filter in here too. It's got 60 miles on it since I took it from the dealership. Way more room in here. While you're in here, as long as it's not hot, you should check the fasteners on the heat shield and everything, because it is common for those to vibrate. So I'm just going to go ahead and check mine while I'm here, and then when we have the exhaust off, I'll check the other half. And then eventually I'll do the cam sensor covers as well. But now it is just removing this snorkel, which should just be these 10 mils here. And that just slides out the front. And now I think the only thing we'll have to do really in order to get the intake in is to remove these two fasteners. And these two fasteners, in order to loosen this to snake the intake through. I don't know if we'll have to, worst case scenario, we'll have to loosen these to give it a little wiggle room, since this the hood latch and support, it'll allow you to move it a little bit more. But I believe that's about it. And those are probably a 13. Just kidding. It's a 12. Yes, indeed. Okay, bye. Come here, you turd burglar. Gotcha. I don't know where any of this stuff goes. No, I'm just kidding. See if I can do it again. Oh. I need to remove all 4 of these because I forgot we have these brackets that we're going to install that actually pushes this back. So just go ahead and remove all 4 of these, and then we'll move on. Once you have all 4 of those out, I actually do need to remove these 2 in order to allow this thing to move up out of the way. We're not going to have enough movement there. If you just ran your car, just be careful, because it is going to be hot right there. We got both fasteners removed down there. We can now move this freely. This needs to be pushed back, so we're going to install these here, and we're going to use these push clips. I did remove the one on the top right to allow it to move without moving this, to create more space here. And then they do supply you with 2 washers and an M6 bolt. That's what's going to hold the intake hose in position right here. And then they also supply you with a couple of fasteners for the MAF sensor. So what I'm going to do now is go ahead and get these installed. You're going to have 2. You're going to have one that drops down this side, which will be in that hole here. And then this side will be lined up with this as it's pushed back, and you'll run another clip up from underneath through. So I'll show you what that looks like here in just a second. So that's basically it. Just gotta reinstall everything now. Gotta tighten this down, kind of loosen this so it could make some adjustments so I could get the intake hose connected to the pipe nicely. Snug those down. Just gotta reinstall everything, but first I'm gonna put this back together. We're gonna get this snugged down right now. These are all snugged down. I figured it was best to leave the bag on it and try and put it on. You want to make sure that you remove as much of that lubricant off of the inside of here as possible, so there's no chance of it sliding off or popping off the intake pipe. So did that. It actually went on a lot better than I thought it would. Yeah, so can't wait to actually get it out and drive it and hear it. But I'm just gonna go ahead and get this snugged up, and then we'll start putting this back together. Then I got this put back in. I got these tightened down. So now I got to do the two down here, and that's basically it as far as that part. So now we got all of this snugged down, nice and tight, lined up. Got the hose clamps tight. We're gonna go ahead and install the MAF. We just simply remove the two screws. Just gonna make sure that this is clear. If you need to, you can put a little bit of lubricant on the O-ring that's on the MAF. We just install the two screws that they provide with the kit. And as far as I can tell, you don't need to use the clamp, the OEM clamp on this. That is definitely nice and snug. So now, I believe that is it. All of the fasteners on the intake are tight. Everything's plugged in. There's a lot more room up here now. So now we can go ahead and start the reassembly of the front bumper. I do want to quickly mention, if you would like, you can remove this bracket here. This is what the original intake mounted to. That third one in the back. It's just an L bracket off of the side here. It's just a 12 mil, and you can remove it so you don't just have some random bracket in there. I'll go ahead and toss these in now while I'm here. Same clips, same plug, same fastener. Much better than these guys. So that is it. Now we just got to install the support bar piece and then run around and install all of the fasteners and clips. It's as simple as that. Then we just got to plug in the side markers and the clips for the wheel well liners. Then we should be done. Got this brace back in. All of the 10 mil fasteners are tightened down, and then the two clips. Now we just have the ones that go underneath the car that run along the bottom. Yep. We got all the clips underneath reinstalled, and the wheel liner, now you can't really see them, 2, 3, and then the larger one at the bottom. It's all reinstalled now. We'll go ahead and, I should have probably tested this before, right here right next to the furnace. Should have probably tested this before I put the wheel liner back in, but we'll go ahead and turn on the lights to see what the side markers look like. Much better than the OEM. So that is it as far as the install for the Perrin cold air intake and the, I can't even remember, Molded Innovations side markers. I can't remember what they are. But yeah, not too bad of an install. I mean, obviously it's a little bit more work than most of your intakes, but I've heard good things about it as far as how it sounds, and I like how simplistic and clean it is. I don't want a bunch of junk just sitting up here. But I understand everybody's got a personal preference. This is just what I liked, and that's what I went with. I'm really happy with it. Stay tuned for the video where we install the exhaust, and we got a couple more items on the way as well. So stay tuned. Once again, I'll have these items linked down in the description for you guys if you guys are interested. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, please feel free to drop a comment down below. I'll do my best to answer it for you guys. Other than that, if you guys enjoyed, make sure to smash that thumbs up. And if you guys haven't subscribed, make sure to subscribe. I'll see you guys next time.